Ladies, you're single, you're sick of apps, you're going out there to meet men, but men are not approaching you anymore.
Okay, this is how you get a man to approach you at a bar. Now, ladies, I fear we are overthinking this.
When every person you've ever met doesn't choose you, surely that means that you're just not good enough.
If a man approaches you, I personally find that really sweet.
Like they say, desperate times calls for desperate measures. We live in an era where many women are now learning to walk in the shoes of men. Many of them now are trying to approach men at bars.
Where are the real men at? Like, literally, where are they at? Because I'm tired of the ones who accuse you of cheating, and then you literally catch them cheating because you get a notification that they followed their ex-girlfriend, and then you find, like, a nail in his car that's not yours. Where are the good men? Do they exist?
I was always told that, men, they will come later. Don't worry about those men. They will come later. They lied to me. Because I done did all the things my mom and my aunties told me. And ain't no men in sight. Where they at? My mama told me the men will always be there, and they're not always here.
Have the men given up? I'm serious. They just stopped. They don't want to have sex anymore. They don't want to go on dates with women. They just want to hang out with their boys. Look, I get it. Men want to hang out with men. They want to do their thing. They don't want to care about women drama anymore. I don't know. Maybe someone can explain to me what's going on, because as long as men are not approaching women, they are going to be single. And women are having a great time. From what I've seen, single women are having a great time. Yes, maybe they want boyfriends, they want to hook up, but single women are having a great time. The single men, I don't know, not so much. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think men have a problem with being single. Pretty sure that's why many of them stopped approaching in the first place. She also stated that single women are having a great time, but that's incorrect, because many of them are storming up places trying to find themselves a man. That's why you see singles events full of women and very few men. And that right there tells you something important that people don't want to say out loud. If one group is actively searching, going to events, joining dating apps, asking, where are all the good men? And the other group is slowly checking out, staying home, focusing on work, hobbies, peace, and their own life. Then clearly the two groups are not experiencing single life the same way. A lot of men started realizing that modern dating feels like a bad deal for them. High expectations, low appreciation, always having to perform, pay, impress, entertain, initiate, plan everything, and still being told it's not enough. After a while, some men just say, you know what, I'm good. I'd rather have peace.
I don't believe people who say that they'd rather be alone, because one, I was that person, and two, you actually crave connection. You just do not admit it because you are embarrassed of the rejection and the fact that you do not have the friends that you want to have. I understand preferring to be alone instead of being with people who do not get you and make you feel more lonely when you're with them, but to say that you don't need connection and that you don't need that many friends is a lie. You wish you had the friends, you just don't have them, and therefore you isolate yourself and convince yourself you're fine by yourself.
You know what this world is missing? Dudes. Real, manly dudes. What do I mean by that? A man that can get under the hood of a car. That's it. If you know how to change oil, or a tire, or maintenance my vehicle, or wash my car, I'm talking to you. Please tell me where to go for an oil change.
No woman in the history of the universe leaves the safety and security of a long-term marriage and breaks up her family if she were the problem.
It happens all the time. We've literally seen women coming on this app, making videos, admitting that she was going to leave her husband, even though they'd been together for so many years, because she just wasn't happy. The problem is that this type of messaging really messes up the dating world for that man after divorce, because other women unfortunately listen to it, and it gives them a really bad attitude when they're dating these men. They are just looking for what is wrong with them. And then these men that already have to prove themselves as good men because of the culture that we live in, they have to do double duty, prove themselves to these women, and it's kind of rough.
Apparently this woman hasn't been living on Earth, because this happens all the time. She says, no woman just ups and leave their family, when in reality and in modern dating, it has become a trend amongst many women in marriages. So many women destroy their marriages. And what's crazy is people keep pretending this almost never happens, when everybody knows someone this has happened to. Friends, co-workers, family members, neighbors, regular guys who thought they had a stable family. And then one day, the wife says she's not happy anymore, and that's the beginning of the end. A lot of men aren't getting left because they cheated or abused or did something terrible. Many of them are getting left because the wife is bored, feels unfulfilled, wants to find herself, or thinks there's something better out there. That's a very different reason than what people try to make it sound like. And social media made this 10 times worse. Because now, instead of working on their marriage, some people go online and see a highlight reel of other people's lives. Trips, gifts, romantic moments, luxury, soft life. I deserve better.
Go to your favorite restaurant and sit by yourself at the bar, they said. Maybe you'll meet someone, they said. Guys, I didn't come here to meet a man. No, that would be desperate. I came here for the food. Nothing reminds me of home like this dish.
Whoever said men love when women shoot their shot is a damn lie. Because I slid into some man's DMs and I let him know he was handsome. And I told him, like, you know, you're handsome and I might just let you take me to lunch. And he gonna leave me on red.
Hey, you're pretty cute. You want to buy me food? You know, my rent's coming up pretty soon. Just wanted you to know that I thought you were kind of handsome. Hey, you're pretty handsome. Hey, thank you very much. No problem. Yeah, I was just going to ask you a quick question on the screen here.
If you ever thought that you were never approached by men because they were too scared of you, you actually might have been right. Because I heard that men don't approach women that they're truly, like, seriously interested in if they're not in a position where they can take care of them. Like, they don't have a stable job, they don't have enough money, they don't think that they can take you out on enough dates, they don't think that they can treat you the way that they would want to treat you. So they stay away and they don't try to get with you. Because, like, you ever feel like you know someone likes you, but you're just like, they're not doing anything. And you just know this person likes you, right? But they haven't made any advances. This could be why. No, I'm not trying to feed anyone's delusions. But it's better to be delusional in a good way than a bad way. So the next time that a guy that you like doesn't approach you, doesn't talk to you, doesn't reach out to you first, just think about that.
I don't know if this is like a trend amongst many women, but every day we hear many excuses and reasons they come up with as to why men don't approach men. A man isn't thinking whether he can provide for you or take care of you when he's trying to approach you. Most of the time, it's much simpler than that. A man approaches because he finds you attractive, you look friendly, you look approachable, you look like you won't embarrass him if he says hello. That's it. It's not a full financial evaluation, it's not a life planning meeting, it's literally, she seems nice, I'll go say hi. What a lot of men are thinking about today is risk, not just rejection. Men have always dealt with rejection. The bigger issue now is social risk and embarrassment. No man wants to be recorded, posted online, called a creep, or turned into a joke for trying to talk to someone. So what do men do? They avoid the situation altogether. They don't approach where they feel unwelcome.
Everyone needs to get freakishly realistic about where you stand in the social hierarchy, what league you are playing in, because I am so sick of seeing everyone try to shoot for the 10% of either gender. But you know what? Guess what? The 10% are dating each other. So there is logically no point for you trying to shoot that high above yourself.
If you're a girl and you want a hot guy to approach you, like you see a hot guy in public and you want him to approach you, all you have to do is, if you're with your friend or if you're not with your friend, pretend to get on a phone call, and then you'll get on the phone and you'll say, and you have to talk loudly, okay? Talk loudly so he can hear you. And then after we hooked up, he said, you have the best boobs I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I mean, they're They're better than Sydney Sweeney's by a long shot. I've never tried this, but I feel like it would work.
How to get in his head. Now, these are a little bit toxic, so proceed with caution. Number 1, text him his name. And when he responds, do not respond. Ghost. Do not say anything. He will text you back again and be like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot what I was about to say. You will make this man think about you and think about what you were going to say in every single aspect. He will not get over it for days. Number 2, now this is if you're in person. You will make eye contact with him and keep that eye contact until he pulls away. He takes off that eye contact. You need to be in it until he pulls away. It will give him a little fluttery feeling and you will be in his head. It's a little sexual and it's attractive. 3, say you wouldn't date him, but do not give him a reason. Do not give him a reason as to why you wouldn't. He will be thinking as the million things as to why you wouldn't date him, and it will literally make him obsessed with the fact that you won't date him, which is he will try even more to get you to want to date him. It's a little bit of reverse psychology. Now I don't know if I should say this because this is very toxic, but I'm just going to give this number 4 for those of you who are toxic and want this toxic one. So last but not least, to get in this man's head, you will post things about your type, what you like in a guy, and it will be his features and how he is. Maybe it's dark hair, maybe it's light eyes, maybe it's whatever that may be, but you're going to be posting that and he's going to obviously realize that you were attracted to him. And then you're going to post, maybe you got flowers, maybe you got a cute text from somebody, and you're going to post that you got those or about those, and he's going to think, oh my gosh, who are these from? And gonna think who they're from related to him. I don't know. It just plays something with their head. Trust me, I've tried it before and it works. But it's toxic. But sometimes we need to be toxic a little bit. You're welcome.
These types of women are experts at helping women staying single. She's giving women advice on how to play games with men, basically leading them on in a toxic, subtle way. And the problem with game-playing advice is that it might get attention in the short term, but it destroys trust in the long term. If you tell someone to take hours to reply on purpose, act uninterested when you are interested, all you're really doing is teaching people how to sabotage potential relationships before they even start. Because think about it from the other side. If a man feels like he's being played with, tested, ignored on purpose, or competing with a bunch of other men for attention, many of them will just walk away. Not because they don't like the woman, but because they don't like the games. A lot of men value peace and clarity. They don't want to feel like they're in a competition or a reality show just to date one person. What's ironic is that the same people who say, "Why are there no good men?" are sometimes the same ones taking advice that teaches them how to push good men away and keep the players interested.
Ladies, you're single, you're sick of apps, you're going out there to meet men, but men are not approaching you anymore. You are not alone. I host hundreds, if not thousands, of dating events as the founder of Cocktails and Conversations. And I hear this from women all the time, but I've got a secret. It's a very simple trick. So first of all, you're at the bar, we make eye contact and we hope he comes over, but they don't always these days because men are quite shy. Apps have made men a bit shy and they don't want rejection, especially not if you're with a friend. They don't want to be rejected in front of people. So what you're going to do is you're going to see a man you like and you're going to beckon him over. And I'm telling you, 99 times out of 100, he's going to come over and he's going to be very happy that a gorgeous woman like you has called him over. And when he gets there, you just say something simple, something like, "What are you drinking? It looks great." Or, "We were just having a discussion about XYZ and we wanted your input. You look like a man who knows." A little flattery never goes astray. I mean, if you're confident, just go straight over to him. I'm all for that as well. But if you feel like you still want him to make the move like the old days, try this little tip and let me know if it works. And if you want to meet more great men.
Again, it's not that men are scared of rejection. It's not rejection that changed things. What changed is the environment around approaching. That being said, this advice might work for a lot of women, although I believe many men would rather a straightforward approach than a woman flicking him over with her finger. What many men respect more than anything is clarity. A simple conversation, a simple compliment, a simple, "Hey, I see you here all the time. What's your name?" That alone already puts you above 90% of people, because it shows confidence and genuine interest, instead of games and signals that can be misread. A lot of men are actually very simple when it comes to this. If they know you like them and they like you, things move forward. A woman being straightforward is actually very attractive to a lot of men. Not aggressive, not disrespectful, just clear. Clear interest, clear communication, clear intentions. That's rare today, and rare things have value.
Ladies, listen, some men are just not going to be with you. They're not going to be with you, and I'll explain why. Sometimes you're too successful, okay? Sometimes you really are too much for a man. Too successful, you're too beautiful, you're too smart, you're too intellectual. That's it. He won't be with you, okay? You're too beautiful, you get a lot of attention from men. Oh, I can't be with her. She's doing what she loves, she's growing, she's healing, she's thriving. Nah, I'm going to go and be with a weak woman. I'm going to go be with a woman who hates herself. I'm going to be with a woman who has no voice, no life, no friends, no goals, no life, no friends, no goals. You get the point, okay? Some of you are out here absolutely bleeding yourself dry, trying to come up with reasons as to why this man didn't want you. And you fail to see the real reason. And the real reason is it's because he's just too intimidated by you. He's too intimidated by you, and it stems from insecurity. When men see women doing really well, successful in their careers, living the lives that they want, happy, glowing, stress-free, making money, beautiful, attractive, investing in themselves, living the life that they truly want, it rattles them. It rattles them. Yeah. And you're going to come across men who are not going to want to date you. Or if they do date you, they're going to try and run game on you because it makes them feel better about themselves that they kind of humbled you, that they kind of did something to you, okay? You know, like I did my big one on her, you know, and so hard, I left this woman on red. Do you really think if you weren't special, do you think this man would be using all this mental energy on trying to bring you down to his level or trying to shame you or trying to humble you? Do you really think this man's even going to waste time on you? It's because you're above him. You intimidate him. You terrify him. You have options. You're successful. You're beautiful. You're charismatic. You're magnetic. You're hypnotic. Like, you have a light. You're the triple threat woman. He's absolutely terrified of you. And so he should be.
This is just typical. Some men won't be with you because you're too successful, too beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And then if he leaves, the explanation becomes, he was intimidated. He couldn't handle me. He was insecure, instead of maybe just accepting that he simply didn't want that particular situation. That explanation protects the ego, but it doesn't solve the problem. Because if every man that leaves is labeled intimidated or weak, then there's never any self-reflection, never any adjustment, never any, maybe I need to change how I communicate, how I treat people, or the type of men I choose. And telling women, if he doesn't want you, let him go be with a weak woman who hates herself, is actually terrible advice. Because what that does is it teaches women to look down on other women and misunderstand what many men actually value. A lot of men are not looking for a competitor. They're not looking for someone to fight with, argue with, prove a point to, or constantly power struggle with.